it going, guys? It's Ramiro Vina here, back with another action figure review of the Batman Arkham Origins Deathstroke figure. Now, I am so stoked about this figure, and if you're wondering where you can pick it up, you can check out here! IE Comics, located in Hemet, California. Check them out online at iecomicsshop.com. They ship worldwide. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Ask how you can become a member for some cool discounts. Guys, I am very excited about this figure, but before we take a look at it, let's take a look at the packaging first. Here we have the packaging of the figure, and I think it's really cool for anybody who just likes to collect and not open the figure out of the package, because you have this really nice display of Deathstroke right here with all of his accessories. You have the Arkham Origins Deathstroke here at the bottom. It's a Series 2. At the top, you have this really nice Batman logo, and I really like the way it looks. All the words are popping out, and I think it looks really, really cool. Here on the back, you have this really cool picture of all the other figures on the wave, and then here at the top you have a nice little read up, so if you want to, you can go ahead and pause the video. There really isn't much here on the sides, just a bunch of big open space. Anyways, guys, I'm really excited about this figure. Let's crack it open. This figure is absolutely awesome, but like all figures, it's not perfect. I have some major gripes with it actually, but it still looks very cool. What I like most is the way his helmet is sculpted out, man. You can really, really see the detail in his eye. I love the sculpting of his helmet. I love the way it looks. It just looks really cool, and he got these little bandana strands. I don't know what this is over here, but I mean, they look cool too. It would have been a little cooler if they were articulated, but no big deal. I mean, it just looks absolutely awesome. I love all these bullets that he has right here. I love all of his belts and all of his pockets and all that stuff. It just all looks absolutely awesome. I like the way that his legs are sculpted too. I mean, they look a little bulky, but no big deal. I really do like it. I like all of the just the paint that went into this. I like how it looks all battle damaged, and it looks like he's just been through hell. I wish that they would have gone with a brighter orange, but no big deal. Again, it's just an awesome figure. All of his little pockets. I like this well, I don't know, it's like a teal gray blue color that they went for the rest of them, and he just looks awesome. I really like all the detail here on his wrist and on his gauntlets and all that kind of stuff that he has going on. I just really do like all the detail. I like the detail at the bottom of the shoe too. It has some detail there, and it does look pretty cool. He actually has a little peg hole there too as well, which I kind of wish that they would have included a stand, and I'll get to the reason why in just a second. But man, he just looks absolutely awesome. So he does come with a couple of accessories. First off, he comes off with this little sword. It's a pretty long little sword. It does look really cool. There's not a whole lot of paint variation, but there's some pretty awesome detail in there. It's this kind of flimsy material though, and it kind of looks like it's already breaking right there at the handle, so just be careful with that. But it's a very cool little sword. On his back, he comes with, I don't know what I think it's called, like a sleeve, or I don't know what it's called exactly, but he comes with sword storage, and that's basically what I'm trying to get at. He has a little area to keep his sword in, and you know, that's what matters at the end of the day. He comes with this little pistol. It's nothing too crazy. It's your basic little pistol, but I mean, just a great silver and black paint job, and there's some pretty cool sculpting in there. It's nothing too crazy, but it's simple, and it just looks very, very cool. Come with a little gun holster, and you just put the gun right there. It doesn't fit as good as I would like it to, but you know, it fits all right nonetheless. It's much better than not having anywhere to put it. Finally, it comes with this really long bow staff. I mean, this thing is long, but it's pretty bitchin'. There's not too much going on here as well, but it just looks very cool. You can't take it apart or anything, but it's very cool, and I like to put it, sorry for shaking my camera here, I like to put it right under here. It actually does go in there pretty nicely. One of the gripes that I have with this figure is that when I took it out of the package and I was kind of seeing how it moved and stuff, this little thing actually just broke off, and I had to immediately rush into action figure surgery and attach that sucker with some crazy glue. So just be careful with that, and you should be good to go. One thing that I don't like about this figure is the fact that I can do this. That's right, it's really flimsy, which kind of sucks because it makes it really hard to stand. You have to really get it in a good position. I feel like the top of his body is actually really heavy, and then the lower portion of it is just kind of loose and really flimsy, as you guys can see. I mean, you can shake it. I don't like when that happens with my figures. And then the way his feet are a little bit too, you kind of have to play with it a little bit so that way you can get him to stand nicely or perfectly, because again, it is hard to balance him. You just have to have a little bit of patience with him, but he's hard to stand at times, and you know, it's hard to find that sweet spot for him. He has one, and man, this figure would have really benefited from a stand, you know, for him. There you go. I guess that's pretty decent. But yeah, he falls over quite a bit, and I really don't like that. That's one of the few drags about the figure that I have. I don't like it. I really wish that he had some better stance, I guess, some stronger joints, or a little stand or something to stand this guy up, because it is a drag when you're trying to stand him up. So this figure does come with some pretty decent articulation. His head doesn't really move back or anything, but it moves forward pretty good, and then it rotates, and then it just pivots all over the place. So decent range of motion there. His arms go out about that much. Just be careful with them. They do feel a little bit tight. I would actually recommend running this figure under some warm water to kind of loosen up his joints or something, because they are really, really, really tight. So they go up about that much. They do rotate 360. There is a nice bend here at the elbow. There is a swivel at the bicep area, and his arms do, or his wrists do rotate, and there is some swiveling and some bending there, so that's really good. He has this really, really tight ab crunch right here. In fact, for a while I just thought that it was sculpted like that with just how tight this was, but you just be careful. And he has this really nice ab crunch right here that allows him to go forward, and then it goes backward pretty good as well. And then he does have a nice little waist swivel right here. There's no going side to side. Well, I mean, there is a little bit, but actually I just think that's because my figure is pretty loose there. So his legs, they do swivel right here, and then they do go forward that much. They do go out slightly, not too much. Actually, I don't think they're supposed to go out. I'm not going to risk it and actually break the figure. So yeah, just be careful with his legs, because his joints do feel really flimsy. It does have double jointed knees. Just be careful with those as well, because they're really tight. And then he does have his ankles do go forward, and then they go backward pretty good, and then they have a nice ankle pivot. I know that a lot of people are picky about the ankle pivot, and this guy has some pretty darn good ankle pivot. So for size comparisons, here he is next to the Mattel Batman Injustice figure. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Iron Patriot figure. And here he is next to Gay Pose Iron Man. High five, buddy. Well guys, that is my review of the Batman Arkham Origins Deathstroke figure. He does have some really cool things going for him. He has great articulation, great paint job, great sculpting. The problem is that he has some really, really weak joints when it comes to his legs, so he is a little difficult to stand. I'm not going to say that he is a must, but if you are a big fan of the game and a big fan of Deathstroke, then I really do recommend this then I really do recommend this figure. I much prefer the DC Collectibles New 52 Supervillains Deathstroke, but this will do for right now, especially if you're just going to have him in its case and just display him somewhere. He does look really, really badass. And I just want to say thank you guys again for everybody who's been subscribing and who's been watching my videos. And I want to thank IE Comics, located in Hemet, California. They are the coolest comic book shop ever. And guys, I know that there's a lot of great deals that you can find online when it comes to these figures, but really support your local comic book shops. I always prefer to buy my figures at the comic book store rather than, you know, at Big Bad Toy Store or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with that site. It's just I personally like going to the comic book store and getting my figures. And also, if you do live in Hemet, California, you can always pre-order figures there, and check them out online at iecomicsshop.com. They ship worldwide. Again, guys, thank you guys for watching. Check out IE Comics and subscribe. Click that like button, guys. Thank you so much.